How did the Cuban intervention in Angola affect South Africa and apartheid? Have you ever wondered how a small island nation could influence a country on another continent? The Cuban intervention in Angola is a fascinating story that shows just that. So, how did this intervention affect South Africa and its apartheid system? In the mid-70s, the Angolan government, known as the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola, or MPLA, faced a serious threat. South African forces invaded Angola, supporting rival factions that opposed the MPLA. This was a critical moment for the MPLA, which had a Marxist orientation. In response, Cuba stepped in to help. Cuba launched Operation Carlota in 1975, sending thousands of troops to Angola. Their goal was to defend the MPLA and prevent the South African Defense Force from gaining a foothold in Angola. This move was driven by Cuba's commitment to supporting revolutionary movements and opposing imperialist forces in Africa. As Cuban troops arrived, their numbers grew to tens of thousands. This military presence played a key role in pushing South African forces out of Angola. One of the most significant battles was the Battle of Cuito Cuanavale, which took place between 1987 and 1988. This battle became the largest military engagement in Africa since World War II. Cuban forces, equipped with advanced Soviet-supplied weapons, outmatched the aging technology of the South African military. This shift in military power forced South Africa to retreat. The defeat at Cuito Cuanavale weakened the South African government and made it clear that their military was not invincible. This setback had a domino effect. It pressured the South African government to negotiate the independence of Namibia, which had been under South African control. The loss also emboldened internal and external opposition to apartheid. From a broader perspective, the Cuban intervention was a successful example of international solidarity against imperialism. It helped defend a socialist-oriented government in Angola and supported liberation movements in southern Africa. In practical terms, the Cuban intervention accelerated the dismantling of apartheid. It forced South Africa to give up control over Namibia, weakened the military's morale, and supported liberation movements aligned with communist ideals. Thus, the Cuban intervention in Angola was a critical factor in the eventual collapse of apartheid. It shifted the balance of power in southern Africa, favoring liberation and socialist forces. This intervention is a clear example of how global influences of communism played a role in reshaping the political landscape in Africa.